have a special fruit or vegetable that we're going to do a grow it, try it, like it lesson for. Are you ready? First, we have to look at our word wall. We have some words hidden in our word wall that we need to know for today's lesson. Let's start. Are you ready? Great. Our first word today is seed. Who knows what a seed is? Good job. A seed is a part of a fruit or a vegetable or a plant or anything that grows and grows. It's just a tiny little thing that grows into a plant, that grows into maybe a vegetable or a flower or a fruit. Let's see what our next word is. Our next word is soil. Soil is the dirt in the ground that helps plants grow. This is where we plant our seeds, in the soil. Let's see the next word. Peel. Peel. Who knows what the word peel is? Now, when we're talking about a fruit or vegetable, it's the outside of it. So it's the part of the skin or the extra and the outside of the fruit or vegetable. That's the peel. Our next word, oh, we already did that one. Let's see what's in this one. Flesh. Flesh is the inside of the fruit or vegetable. It's the stuff that we eat on the inside. It's called the flesh of the fruit or vegetable. All right, let's see what's in this one. Cool. Cool. Who knows what the word cool means? Cool is talking about the temperature. So if something's hot or warm or cool, which is not very cold, it's just a little cold, which makes it cool. And I think we have one more word that I missed up here. It's stuck in there. Smooth. Who knows what the word smooth is? That's right. It's when something feels soft to touch, makes it feel smooth, not bumpy or rough. It's smooth, kind of like your hand is smooth, right? Good job, friends. Okay, so now that we all know the words on our word wall, we're going to introduce our fruit or vegetable today. Any guesses to what it could be? Are you ready? It's a crookneck squash. Can I hear everybody say crookneck squash? Crookneck squash. Good job. A crookneck squash. Has anyone seen a crookneck squash before? You see it at your grocery store or at a farmer's market or even maybe at a garden. I got mine at the farmer's market. Let's learn a little bit more about our crookneck squash today. First things first, is a crookneck squash a fruit or a vegetable? Let's all put our thinking caps on and think. A fruit or a vegetable? What do you think? That's right, it's a vegetable. Good job, friends. Now let's talk about what shape is this vegetable? Is it a circle? Is it a rectangle? An oval? It's kind of got a funky shape, right? It's more of a curve. See, it curves. That's why they call it a crookneck squash, because it curves. Kind of looks like a cane, like a candy cane. What color is my crookneck squash? It's light yellow, right? It's yellow or maybe even a little bit tan, but it's mostly light yellow. Let's see, is this heavy or is it light? What do you think? It's pretty light. I can hold it with one hand Can you all pretend to hold your crookneck squash up high? It's light. You could hold it high above your head. It's very light. Do you think this crookneck squash is hard or soft? There's one way to test it. Let's see if I squeeze it. Do you think it's gonna smush? It didn't smush, so it's not soft, right? Let's knock on it and see if we can hear if it's hard. Can you hear that? It's hard. It's hard. You can knock on it. Have you ever tasted a crookneck squash before? That's good. I'm glad some of you have tasted it. Some friends may have never tasted it or even seen it before. That's why we're going to learn all about it today. Let's learn about how a crookneck squash grows. A tiny little seed is planted into the soil. Soil was one of our words on our word wall today. It's planted in the soil and then you water it either from the rain or you take a watering can and you put some water on it. And then the sun shines and it makes it grow and it sprouts. It sprouts tiny yellow flowers. And on those flowers, eventually a crookneck squash grows. Crookneck squash grows on vines. Do you know what a vine is? They're like branches that grow on the ground with leaves and stems. They grow on the ground and it spreads all out, all over the place. So a crookneck squash grows on the ground. And when you plant the crookneck squash and you plant the tiny little seeds, you have to plant them 2 feet apart. Can everyone hold up 2 fingers? 2 whole feet apart. See everybody's number 2? Let's see how big 2 feet would be. If you have a ruler, you can measure, but I'm going to show you a little bit on my body. So here's about 1 foot, and then we're going to go all the way here, and that's 2 feet apart. So our crookneck squash have to be planted this far apart because they grow on vines and they grow so big. The seeds are planted in the spring, and by summer they're ready to be harvested, which means they're ready to be picked up off the ground and you can eat them. Are we ready to look inside of the crookneck squash? We're going to cut it open and look and see what the inside looks like. But since crookneck squash grow on the ground, we have to wash it really good so that we get all the germs and the soil off of it. Mine is already washed, so I'm going to get ready to cut it open. All right, I'm going to cut my squash now. So first I cut off the top. Here's the top of my crookneck squash. Ready to see the inside of it? What shape is that? A circle. A circle. Do you know any other fruits that when you cut them in half, they look like a circle? Or vegetables? A cucumber. If you cut a cucumber in half, it's still a circle, right? Or a carrot. Or even if you cut a mango in half, or even an orange, they look a little bit like a circle. All right, so that was the top. There's no seeds in here though, is there? The seeds are in the bottom of the crookneck squash. What color is the inside of the crookneck squash, or the flesh we call it? What color is that? It's a little yellow, orangey kind of color. That's right. Good job, friends. All right, now here's the bottom of the crookneck squash. I cut it into half. So here's the bottom, and I cut it in half. What do you see on the inside? Does this look like any other fruit or vegetable that you've seen on the inside before? A pumpkin, maybe? It looks a little bit like a pumpkin. I'm going to get a seed out so we can see it. A tiny little seed. Okay, so we know what color the inside of the crookneck squash is. What do you think it feels like? Let's think about our word wall. Smooth. Good job, friends. And what about the temperature? Do we think it's hot? Or do we think it's cold? Or do we think it's cool? It's cool. It's not too cold, not too hot. Now, I know you guys can't smell it right now through the TV or through your iPad, but I'm going to smell it. I'm going to tell you what it smells like. Okay, I'm going to use my 5 senses. So we've already looked, we've already touched it, right? And now we're going to smell it. We're going to smell it, and then we're not going to taste it today. We don't need to taste it. It's yummier if it's cooked. This is not cooked. You can eat it like this, but it's yummier when it's cooked. So we're not going to use our 5th sense, taste. What other sense can we use? We're going to use smell. Doesn't really smell like anything. It just smells fresh. Now we're going to use our last sense here, was hearing. It doesn't make any noise. Maybe if you knock on it, it makes noise. We heard that earlier. Right? But if you shake it, no noise. So now that we know a crookneck squash is a fruit or vegetable, a vegetable. So we're going to find where it goes on my special plate that I have here. This is called my plate. Can everybody say my plate? Good job. My plate has how many food groups? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 food groups. Can I see all my friends put 5 fingers up in the air? Good job. 5 food groups. These are the food groups we should be eating from every day. Let's learn more about them. This one, what color is this? Blue, blue, blue. Blue is dairy. Does anyone know what dairy is? Dairy can be milk or cheese or yogurt. Who likes to eat those things? Raise your hand. They're very yummy. All right, so let's move to the next one. This one is what color? Red, 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 right? So red. Good job, friends. This is fruit. Fruit. Who can name some fruits that they like? Apples, cherries, raspberries, bananas. Those are some good fruits we like, right? All right, let's move to this one. What color is this one? Green, green, green. This one is vegetables. Can everybody say vegetables? Vegetables. Who can name some vegetables they like to eat? Raise your hand and tell your teacher. Green beans, zucchini, spinach, or even crookneck squash, right? All right, let's move to the next one. What color is this one? Purple, purple. Purple is protein. Can we all say protein? Who knows what protein is? Proteins can be meat like chicken or steak. It can also be nuts or peanut butter. They all have protein in them. All right, the last one up here. What color? Orange, right? This one is grains. Grains. Can we all say grains? Does anybody know any grains they can tell their teacher? Grains are like cereal and pasta and rice. Good job, friends. So now that we know all about my plate, we can figure out where the crookneck squash goes. Is crookneck squash dairy, like milk or cheese or yogurt? No. Is crookneck squash a grain, like pasta or rice or cereal? No. Is crookneck squash a protein, like chicken or beef or peanut butter? No. Is crookneck squash a fruit, like strawberries or cherries or bananas? No. Is crookneck squash a vegetable? Yes, you're right, friends. Good job. Everybody give themselves a pat on the back. Say, good job, me. Good job, me. All right, so our lesson is just about over. So to end it today, I want us to sing a song. I'm gonna sing the song, and you guys can listen along and pat your legs or clap your hands. It's your choice. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Start clapping or patting your legs. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he grew some crookneck squash, E-I-E-I-O. With vines growing here and vines growing there, here a vine, there a vine, everywhere a vine, vine. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Thanks, friends, for watching today. Bye.